Hey, how's it going? This is Dave. So you want to put a supplier into Cherry that's not one that we've seen before, not a CPP supplier. Well, it's really not that hard, and if you follow these simple directions, pretty much any price list from any company is convertible and readable and whateverable by Cherry. So as of the production of this video, we have not put a price list in from Cheney Brothers. So the process that I use to add a supplier into the CPP supplier database is similar to what you're going to do right now to add somebody as your own supplier. So you can see Cheney Brothers has an online ordering page, and the client has provided me with their login, username, and password. And you can go ahead and enter yours on whatever the company is that you're trying to get a price list from. And once you log in, what you need to do, and I haven't really looked at this too much, is go looking for wherever the order guide is. So whatever the, so look at this, order guide, entire order guide. So we're going to click right there. And then just start looking for some way to import, export, there it is, look at export grid. So I'm assuming that the grid is probably this, and if I wanted to alter it, yeah, see, I can configure it if I need different pieces of information that are not default on this grid. So let's say I have an item number, I need a pack and a pack size, and look at this, this pack and size are in the same column, so that's going to be interesting, but Cherry can handle it. Brand, description, price, and if there's any break case price information, we need that as well. So let's go ahead and click download. And let's see, please choose, look at that, choose a format. So if CSV is an option, or comma separated value is CSV, choose that, and then click download. And I have my browser set up that I can choose a download location. So let's just make this Cheney Brothers prices, and make sure you remember where it was that you put it so you can find it again to upload it. So there, now I've downloaded that, and I'm going to go ahead and log out of this and go back to Cherry and click add supplier. And now we're going to go ahead and do add our own supplier. And I'm not going to take the time to be super accurate for this video, but please make sure that you are, because remember, Cherry is going to do different reports and send orders and things like that to your reps with the information that you type here. So take a second, please, and make sure that you put it in accurately. Don't forget, no characters, no spaces, and include the 1 in front of the cell phone number for your rep to make sure that they get text messages that you sent in order to them. So 1, the area code, and then the 7-digit number. If you have any minimum order requirements, you can fill those in here. If you have any supplier rebate deal, overall rebate set up with them, you can also fill that in at this time. And then make sure that you locate the file that we just downloaded from the Cheney site. And you only have to do this next part one time. And Cherry remembers each of these steps that we do to prepare a price list so that Cherry can read that price list. Now, one thing that I want you to notice is this is the imported price list right here that we just brought. And we need to have things like an item number. We need a pack and a size. So what we can do here is, watch this, I'm going to left click on the header C and it highlights the row. And I am going to right click. Actually, before I do this, we need a column to split this information into. So I'm going to left click on D and then right click, and then I'm going to insert a column, and we are actually physically changing the price list right now from Cheney Brothers into a format that Cherry will find more usable. Now watch this. I left clicked on the C and then I right click, and I'm going to split this column's information with a delimiter. So we're going to hit split column, and the delimiter I'm going to use that I can see that is common between this information is, do you see that slash? Watch what happens if I put in a slash, right? And then I hit confirm. Now look at that. It split it into two columns. And I actually didn't need to put that additional column in, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it out. So left click, right click, delete column. But it's cool, you can see that you can add one if for some reason that helps you in the formatting of a different price list. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to left click on this cell, double click, and then I'm going to type in size. So now I've effectively created it, what I needed. And then over here there's another issue in that this supplier offers a split price, but offers it in the same column as the regular price. So we're going to also do a delimiter there. So watch, left click, right click, split column. The delimiter is the backslash. Sometimes it could be a space, sometimes it could be a comma, it could be a number of different things. Just look for, it could be a dollar sign, it could be a lot of different things. So anyway, you can see now the split price just went into its own column. So, and then I'm going to left click double, and I'll just put in, watch, split. So now Cherry has all the information in a format that she's going to like. So you can go ahead and click submit, and then we're going to map those headers. And like I said, this is a one-time process that you can do to set any price list up to be read by this software. It's pretty amazing if you think about it. So here's the item number. These are the Cherry database columns. This is from in our software, and this is the Cheney Brothers sheet. These are the header rows, and we need to map the item number to the item number. Click Save. Find the price. There's the price. Click Save. Size. Oh, remember we made our own size. Size. Description. Description. Brand. Brand. Split price if it's available, and we made our own column and it is available now, so we'll click that. And packs. And then we'll click import. and now the supplier has been added. You can see the supplier has been added, and this is an account that I've been doing a lot of test stuff with and a lot of videos, so you can see there's some funky item names in here. But anyway, the products are there. So if we wanted to look, here's a wings. If we click relate, and if it was time to match that up to the items here, here's our item for wings. Here's that Cheney Brothers list from a restaurant that's not even the same as this restaurant. This is a pizza restaurant, and that's a fish restaurant, but they also have chicken wings. All our software cares about is that it's on that list, and here's everything that's on the Cheney list. And the relationship process is something that you can learn about by watching the video under the correct page help. So that's how you add a supplier. I do want to show you one other thing. So I'm going to return to the Manage Suppliers page, and this is something that we actually experienced when we first created Cisco as a CPP supplier. But if you look, these are all order guides from different companies, and here's the Cheney one that we just did. And you can see it has all similar data if you look to pretty much anyone. Here's Gordon's. But if you look, they all have header rows. If you look at this one from Cisco, Cisco has a header row, but it has a row in front of the header row too. And I call it a BS row. But anyway, Cherry has to be able to adapt to any download. So what do you think we're going to do if you have a new CPP supplier that has an additional row and we need the header row to be on top? Well, I don't want you to have to delete it every time you download it, so we made the software the place you delete it. And just like you saw me do with those delimiter things, Cherry will remember to delete the header row. So watch this. So we're going to pretend that Cisco's never been added before, so you can see what happens when I upload their order guide. Okay, and the real purpose is to show you what happens with the order guide, so we'll go ahead and click choose, and let's pretend that for the first time we've downloaded a Cisco price list, or it could be anybody's price list that has this situation, and I'll just choose one. You can see I have all kinds of Cisco price lists. And then when we click save, you can see the software imports that order guide with that additional BS row. So just like we did with breaking that pack and size row, we can left click on the number 1 here and highlight that, right click, and now we can click delete row. And now the header row is all on the top line. And look, this one has its own split price column. So it has a pack, it has a size, and the item number, I believe, for Cisco, they call an SUPC. So we have everything that we need to map. So we could click submit. And then we could go back through the process of mapping the rows. So item number is that SUPC. Now here's the split price. They had their own column. And we clicked import. So there. Even though Cisco was already in there, now Cisco's in there again, and because we did it kind of and pretended like it was a brand new supplier. So you can see Cherry's very versatile. Just figure out a way to download a price list, and Cherry has a way to adapt to that price list and then save the change. And what I mean by save the change is, watch this. So now here are those two suppliers that we just added. And here are the price lists that we uploaded. So here's that Cheney one, right? So here, let's just pretend that it's a new week. And we need to upload a new list of prices. And we're just going to go ahead and do the same. And what I want you to see is now, so if you were to download a new price list from Cheney Brothers and go, you're not going to have to, where did I put that? Let's see. There, Cheney Brothers list. Update. So you can see now there's going to be no mapping process anymore. Cherry saved all those decisions that we made and then just uploads the new price lists. And Cherry thinks that a week went by. You can see now that it thinks that the prices changed, and here's last week's prices and this week's prices. And that's kind of how the whole thing works. So it's pretty straightforward, but if you have any questions, I always direct you first to the icon on the dashboard and send us a message or get some live help if it's during my live help hours. Give me a call, whatever. I love to help people. And don't forget, if you don't want to do this at all, just get in touch with me and I'll do what you just saw, and I will set the supplier up as a CPP supplier so that you don't have to do any mapping. Just go into the CPP supplier list and add them by following the video instructions. Have a cherry day, good luck, and good profits. Take it easy.